is an art. If you're still puzzled, then how about a wonderfully tasteful and highly cultured experience of a different type? It's strawberry yogurt, darlings. In tonight's product check, we'll compare 3 brands of family-sized strawberry yogurt. The cheapest is made by Fresh and Fruity. You'll get a kilo for $5.69. The Yoplait brand costs a little more, $6.19 for a kilo. While at $6.30 for a kilo tub, the Meadow Fresh brand will set you back the most. Yes, yes, yes. This piece truly breaks the mold. Now back to matters of culture, and when it comes to yogurt, that means bacteria, and lots of them. In fact, to legally call a product yogurt, it must contain at least 1 million live bacteria per gram. Lactobacillus, Acidophilus and Bifidus are just some of the strains used in the production of all 3 brands of yogurt. During fermentation, they turn lactose, the sugar in milk, into lactic acid, which in turn acts on milk protein to give yogurt its distinctive tang and texture. As well as adding flavour, it's also claimed by some that Acidophilus and Bifidus have health benefits. But do they really?
Some manufacturers of yogurt claim that their particular lactic acid bacteria will survive the rigours of the gut, aid digestion and promote gut health. But lots of other well-designed studies show there's no survival in the gut at all. So, as for the benefits of probiotic bacteria, the jury is still out.
Drenched in cream,
Juicy.
dipped in chocolate,
Fancy.
or enjoyed in a glass of bubbles.
Fizzy. And a little bit fruity.
However you eat them, strawberries are officially New Zealand's favourite berry fruit, with Kiwi farms producing close to 6,000 tonnes of them every year. But just how stuffed with strawberries are our 3 brands? Well, the Meadow Fresh yogurt, the most expensive in our trial, is fruitiest with a minimum of 80 grams of strawberries per pot. While the Yoplait yogurt contains the least, a minimum of 35 grams per pot. Dairy products like milk and yogurt are packed with calcium, which is good for your hair, teeth and bones. And all 3 of our brands have added calcium. What do you think of that, Daisy? Holy cow! The Fresh and Fruity contains the most. 1 serve provides 1/3 of your recommended daily intake. And the Yoplait contains the least. You'll get 1/5 of the calcium you need from a serve. As well as being a good source of calcium, all 3 brands are low in fat, around 1%. They're also relatively high in protein, between 4 and 5.5%, which means they'll keep you fuller for longer. So adding low-fat yogurt to your diet can actually aid in attempts to lose weight. But there is one thing that could trip you up. Damn you, sugar!
Fermentation increases the acidity of yogurt. That makes it sour. And to balance out that sourness, manufacturers usually add regular cane sugar. So even though yogurts are advertised as being low fat, it's worthwhile to check out how much sugar's been added.
And we certainly will, Owen. Well, the Yoplait yogurt contains the least sugar, 12.2 grams per serve, or 14% of your recommended daily intake. And the Meadow Fresh the most, with 17.6 grams per serve. That's 1/5 of your RDI. So, do the Drews have a sweet tooth, or are they a bunch of sourpusses? It's over to the Product Check family for the taste test.
My favourite yogurt was the blue. It had a lovely creamy texture and lots of strawberry bits in it.
It had really nice creamy consistency, good mix of yogurt and strawberries, and had a nice tangy bite to it.
The green sample was my second favourite yogurt. It had an artificial taste, although the strawberry bits were a good size.
It had a delicious strawberry flavour, a good thick consistency, and the strawberry bits were the perfect size.
The orange sample is my least favourite because the texture was quite gritty and there wasn't enough berries.
It was easy to pour, but it was a bit watery and it didn't have much flavour.
So the Meadow Fresh won out in the taste test, but considering cost, strawberry content, calcium and sugar content as well, the Fresh and Fruity is the pot in tonight's top spot. Congratulations, Fresh and Fruity.
The last company in our trial of appliance repair technicians is Appliance Repairs Limited in Balmoral. Remember, we're getting a damaged power cable on the fridge repaired. When the technician arrived, he didn't have the right gear with him to do the work, which is strange as it's a very straightforward job. So instead of doing a temporary fix, which he offered, our actress asked him to come back and do it properly the next day, which he did. He doesn't remove the objects on top of the fridge like our actress showed him the day before. It's fully laden with glass bottles and there's a risk he could be struck or a bottle broken if one falls. He removes the damaged piece of cord without measuring, but unlike the previous technicians, he's working on our unprotected bench top. If he slipped, he could damage it. And again, poor technique here with that sharp screwdriver, which has quite a bit of pressure behind it. A note of caution here, if you're into DIY, hand tools like screwdrivers cause 8 times more injuries than power tools. So don't get complacent when using them. Now he's checking the new plug he's fitted. He's the only repairer to find it necessary to replace this. When that's done, he tries to connect it into the power outlet, but he hasn't done any of the safety tests, and on top of that, the cable is too short. He shifts the fridge back into place and finds another socket to put it into. Then to check if the fridge is going, he looks and feels inside. There are mandatory safety tests that should have been carried out. This is not up to standard. He writes out his invoice and leaves. He charged nearly twice as much as the previous repairer, $123.75. That's very expensive considering he wasn't able to do the job on the first day that it was arranged, and no safety tests were done. However, the workmanship was good and the technician was qualified. So our expert rated Appliance Repairs Limited in Balmoral 4 out of 10. They chose not to respond. Although we're pleased that all of our repairers were qualified, we were disappointed that only one carried out the mandatory checks. If you're having work done, stipulate that you expect the checks to be carried out. It's just not worth jeopardising your safety or your insurance. Next week on Target, find out what happens when a hacker gets your internet details, steals your identity and then starts asking your friends and family for money. We rent appliances for the Target house, but are they quality products? And it's a popular alternative to butter. What's really in your favourite table spread? Target tests were done independently by SGS New Zealand Limited.